Ladies and gentlemen, we are cruising through space once again on the Milano because it is time for the top 10 free-to-play characters in all of Marvel Strike Force December of 2020. Yes, this is the final list of the year. Who's going to make it? Who has fallen off? We will have to see. And if you're ready for that, find that like button. And you know what to do. Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin, and I hope you are doing well, and I hope you're also ready for that countdown, the final countdown of 2020 for the top 10 free-to-play characters in all of Marvel Strike Force. This list has gone through many changes over the past few months, and some of these characters that were on this list towards the beginning of this year that were rated very highly are not even on this list anymore, and other characters have taken their spots. Now, before we get into this month's list, I want to thank everybody that watched this video. Last month's video is usually one of the more highly rated, highly liked videos on this channel. But without further ado, guys, let's go take a look at this list. But let's start with what makes these characters eligible. Let's start by talking about who is not eligible for this list. And it's pretty much all of these characters that are not available to farm anywhere. These legendary characters, these milestone characters, newer characters that aren't available in a store. They're not available in a node yet. And that's pretty much where I drew the line for the eligibility for this list, because I was getting confused that way back in the day. Is this a free-to-play character? Is this not a free-to-play character? So if they're farmable on a node or in a store, or if they're a character like Wolverine or Hulk that you can get shards for, they are available and eligible for this list, even if they're not the most free-to-play friendly. So highly subjective. My list may differ than yours, because to be eligible for my list, they need to not just be a good character, they also have to have a lot of usage, which kind of makes them a good character. But some characters that are really good, not using them anymore, and they've fallen down, and other characters, their kits may not be as good on paper, but if I'm using them a lot, they're going to be rated a lot higher on this list. So let's clear this off. Now that you see all these characters that are not available, some aren't even in the game yet, like Red Guardian and Yelena. But let's take this off and see who recently became available. Only one character between now and the previous list, Red Skull, just became available on Doom 1.6. So taking Thor's place, he is the only new character on this list. Is he good enough? I know he's a great war defense character, but is he versatile enough? Is he getting enough usage to be eligible for this list? We will have to see. Let's start the countdown.
Number 10.
All right, and coming in at the number 10 spot, surprise, is Squirrel Girl. And why did she make the list this month and not make the list last month? Because she was eligible for the first time last month. Well, it comes down to usage. I'm using this Young Avengers team a little more than I was last month. Squirrel Girl, also a very good PvP character, and I'm picking her a lot more. I'm playing a lot more PvP, which means that her usage for me has went up a lot. She's also a very good character in war, also a very good character in Blitz. Like I say, let's take a look at her in game and see why she is so good. Boom, this is my Squirrel Girl right here. And as you can see, I have the Iso-8 class on her right now, and that is helping her a lot, especially because of this move right here, her special. I put the T4 in this. This is also clearing all negative effects from all allies. Very good move. Highly recommended T4 if you're using her a lot, because of this low 3-turn cooldown. Very good. I also put the T4 in this one right here because it's also giving some drain to these Young Avenger allies on this Young Avenger team. So if you're using her a lot, I think she's a great character. The Young Avengers aren't the best team, but I know that I'm using her a lot. So just a great character. And if you want to farm her, like I said, she is available on Doom 2.6.
Number 9.
At number 9 this month is our boy Corvus Glaive, falling one spot from last month, the first member of the Black Order to make the list this month. And he is a very good character. Now, his kit may not be as strong as some of the other characters on this list, but the reason that he is on this list at number 9 this month is because I am using him all over the place, just like the rest of the Black Order. Arena offense, arena defense, war, blitz. Yes, the Black Order is still very, very relevant right now. Let's go take a look at my Corvus Glaive and see what I put into him. Couple different T4s, 2 of them. I think the best one that he has right here is his passive, because not only does it increase his damage, it increases the damage of the entire Black Order team by 10%. He's also gaining extra crit chance as well, which is very, very good. This basic is a good basic, especially if you're pairing him with his wife, Proxima Midnight, always getting assists from her, and both of them are clearing 2 positive effects with their assists, so clearing potentially 4 positive effects because of this T4. So I think it's a very, very good one. And his T4 right here, as you can see, is the Striker, because he does a lot of good stuff with that. Now, there are some people that like Raider. I think both of them are very good. They're both very, very good, but I have the Striker on him. And if you want to farm Corvus Glaive of your own, you could get him in the arena store.
Number 8.
Colossus is on this list again this month, coming in at the number 8 spot, falling 1 spot from last month. And the reason for that, his kit is exactly the same, but his usage for me is going down. I'm not seeing him as much in arena. I'm not in Dark Dimension 3 anymore, so not using Colossus as much as I was before, but still a very, very important part of that X-Men team. One of the better war offense teams, great blitz character. Let's go take a look at him, at my personal Colossus, and see how I have him built. And I got all the T4s in him. This was a mistake. Let me just be clear. This was not on purpose. This was the game slowing down, running slow, and I accidentally put that in him. But his passive is very, very good. Does a lot. Helps with the defense up. Helps with the survivability, not just of him, but of that entire X-Men team. This ultimate is another great T4 investment, increasing the duration of all of his positive effects by 3, getting extra, it gets a max of 5, but yes, 3 extra turns of his positive effects. And his basic is a very good one as well. It only does 50% damage, defense down for 2 turns, but this also increases the damage of his assist and counterattack chance. And if you're using Colossus a lot, you know that he likes to counterattack. And I like the healing tag on him because he has such a large health pool. So Colossus, very, very good character. And if you want to farm Colossus, he's available on Heroes 7-9.
Number 7.
At number 7 this month, falling 1 spot from last month, is the wife of Corvus Glaive, the other Black Order member on this list so far. Yes, Proxima Midnight, very, very good character. And like the rest of the Black Order, she is all over the place. Arena offense, arena defense, war, blitz. And I am using her once in a while in PvP as well. That is a game mode that I am playing more and more with the real-time arena coming. So preparing for that, and I think her value is going to go up a little more once that comes to the game, though. Let's take a look at her kit, see why she is so good. I actually put all of the T4s into her. The only one I regret, though, is this special. I did that way back in the day before we even knew Ebony Maw's kit and knew that this overlaps with Ebony Maw's kit, but very good one. I think the best one she has right here is her passive, because it's going to give her extra focus, the rest of the Black Order focus. So this is a good investment. This is also a very good investment, her special or her basic, because this is just like Corvus Glaive. You're getting that assist, always getting the assist instead of a 25% chance, and clearing 2 positive effects from each. So potentially 4 positive effects cleared because of this T4, especially if you have that special or that basic in Corvus Glaive as well. And this is a big damaging move, reducing the speed bar by an extra 25%. And of course, you got that stun on there. And as you can see with Proxima Midnight right here, I have that skirmisher tag on her. So yes, can do a lot of damage, and I highly recommend her. And if you want to farm her, she is available on Doom 2-9.
Number 6.
At number 6, moving up 3 spots from last month, big gain from X23. And she is just a beast. One of the most valuable characters I can think of in PvP and the upcoming arena mode, the real-time arena mode. So I think she's valuable now. She just got that X-Men tag. I think she's going to become more and more valuable. And I can't wait to see where she will end up. If she's going to stay on X-Force, or go to some X-Men team because she did just get the X-Men tag. Let's actually go in game and see what I did with her this month. I've actually put all of the T4s in her now. That's how important I think she is. And I'm also using a little more in the raids as well. The X-Force, they're one of the best war offense teams. Still using them in Blitz as well, but PvP is where she really shines. And like I said, using her a little more in the raids. Now, in addition to being a very good character for some PvP modes, she also is one of the requirements to unlock Dr. Octopus. So you're getting a little extra bonus right there. I have the Raider class on her, as you can see here, guys. And let's take a look at her T4s. Filling the speed bar by extra 20% when a character drops below 50%. Yes, that is very, very good. That helps her, especially in that PvP where you're dropping enemies below all the time. And on that opening X-Force move with Negasonic does her big AoE. If you're getting someone into that yellow, yeah, she's going and doing her ability block from her special. Then she's doing this big move, and I got a little extra damage to this. Extra 20% damage, piercing damage for all of her attacks, and she's always flipping her effects. Very, very good move. I think a lot of her, and I'm using her more often because, like I said, I am playing PvP a lot more. But if you want to farm her, not that easy to farm. Probably one of the worst places that you can farm a character in the war store. But the good thing about her, she does unlock Doc Ock, so it's not a total waste. But yes, get her if you can. If you're not building any other characters in a war store, highly recommend it. I think she's going to become more and more valuable as we go into 2021.
Number 5.
Hela and Greg coming in at number 5 this month, moving down one spot from last month. Very, very good character. War defense, blitz, and she is very good in PvP. Outside of that, I don't really use her. Not really using her in the raids anymore. And the Asgardians are kind of falling off the map as far as war defense. They're letting a lot more teams that could counter them, but she is still a very good character, especially with Greg. Let's take a look at her kit, see why she is so good. And as I mentioned, Greg, one of the reasons that she is very, very good in this game, this is probably the best move that you could T4 right here. This is her Death Knives move, her ultimate, available on turn 1. This is what spreads the negative effects, 4 of them instead of 2. So this is a big T4. And you're spreading it to all of the enemies. So big opening turn AoE attack makes that team so scary. And as you can see, I have the Raider class on her. That just hopefully gets everybody targeted on the enemy team, allowing us to do more and more damage. This passive is what summons Greg, and this gives her more health per non-summon Asgardian ally, and gaining some extra damage as well. And if we take a look at Greg, this is why she is so valuable as she gets sacrificed. Makes her very good, but also makes her open to teams like characters with X-23 or the symbiotes, and that's kind of the downfall of the team as well. Kind of double-edged sword with Greg on the field, but still a very, very good character. And why she is so important is she is the road to 3 legendary characters. She directly unlocks Phoenix, and she directly unlocks Black Bolt, and Black Bolt unlocks Ebony Maw. So very, very good character. And if you don't have her, still a very good character for Dark Dimension 3 if you have not been through that game mode yet. So very important to get through her node at Villain 7-6, because that's going to open up a lot in the game for you. So if you're a newer player, don't have access to that mode, build up your villains team so that you can unlock Hela, because farming her will change the game as far as the legendaries that you're able to unlock when you get her.
Number 4.
All right, and coming in at the number 4 spot this month, Mr. Sinister, the master of cloning, moving up one spot from last month. Still a great character all around. I am seeing him in arena defense still. Yes, it's not always Black Order. There are some teams that have some other characters for their defense, and Mr. Sinister is one of them. I'm playing more PvP than I was last month, and Mr. Sinister is a character that is great in PvP, but more importantly, unlike Hela, he doesn't always get banned. Hela sometimes is an automatic ban, depending on who the initial bans were. Mr. Sinister usually gets to stay on the field. Now, in addition to being a great war defense character on that Marauders team, also in arena, I'm seeing him on defense and, of course, blitz. Yeah, if they could do good in those modes, they're going to be great in blitz as well. And let's go take a look at my Mr. Sinister. And as far as T4s, there's pretty much one that you need. I did all of the T4s because I'm building them up and I want that Marauders team to be even stronger. But Clone. This is a very, very good one right here because not only does it put this T4 into Mr. Sinister, it puts a T4 into all of the abilities on whoever he clones. So if you're only doing one on Mr. Sinister, this is the one to do. These I've did, but they're more of a luxury. They make them a little better, but if you're really minimalistic with your T4s, do this one. And as you can see, I have the healer class on him because it benefits his special right here. He's getting extra healing and yes, for 2,000 health, 20% of his max health. Clone's also getting healed as well. So yes, get Mr. Sinister. Now he doesn't unlock any legendary characters, so I wouldn't see he's a priority in the war store, but once you have all your characters that can unlock legendaries, then he should be one of your top characters that you go after because he is very great. He's a great character, but yeah, War Store is crowded, but once you can get him, get Mr. Sinister.
Number 3.
At number 3 this month is the Mad Titan himself, Thanos, falling one spot from last month, and my usage for him actually didn't go down from last month. It's just that the characters that are above him, their usage went up. But yeah, all over the place. Arena offense, arena defense. He is the linchpin of this Black Order team. He becomes empowered Thanos with the rest of the Black Order. So very, very good character. Raids, I'm using him every day in Ultimate 7 and whatever Greek raid he is eligible for. War, yeah, the Black Order pretty much beats everyone with some huge punch ups. And decent in PvP as well, especially if you pair him with Ebony Maw. Let's go take a look at his kit. As you can see with the Iso-8, I have the Raider class on him, and I've done all of his T4s. Now this T4, I think for unempowered Thanos is very, very important because it's going to give some energy for cosmic allies whenever an enemy dies, the adjacent cosmic allies. But when he's in an empowered state, this is a very, very strong move because it's going to flip all positive effects and negative effects for all enemies, and it's going to apply taunt to Cull for 2 turns instead. Also, you got this one, some big damage, 50% to all targets, 50% drain, and repeating this attack 2 additional times. So this is, or repeating this attack 2 times instead of 1 to 2 times. So very, very good move. And as you can see, I put the 7th red star in him. I bought that, and this is probably the only character that I would recommend putting that 7th star in him because, yeah, once I put the 7th star in him, able to punch up huge against some big Black Order teams. It actually made the battle, it's actually easier sometimes to punch up against big Black Order teams instead of punching across or punching down because of the way this time shift and that the timing of it works. So this was a very good investment in my opinion, and he's a very good character, and I'm using him all over the place, but I'm using number 1 and number 2 even more. And if you want to get your Thanos, he is available to farm on Nexus 8-9. So not an easy farm, not an early game farm. Cull is not available yet, so you can't get a full Black Order team if you are free to play yet. But the good news is there should be a Cull Blitz coming in January. So good news there. And so start building your Thanos, and hopefully you can get Black Order, get them going, and start running your arena.
Number 2.
And we are at number 2 with Venom, moving up 1 spot from last month. His kit is exactly the same, and I am using him all over the place. Once in a while, even on arena offense, especially with this parasitic symbiosis event that just ended, starting using symbiotes on offense. And I've actually seen symbiotes be able to beat Black Order, just a full symbiote team beating a full Black Order team. You got to have some love in your symbiotes, but they are able to do it. They're an excellent raid team. They seem like they were made for the raids and Dark Dimension. They're excellent at war, taking out Asgardians. I've even seen some screenshots of them beating the Black Order as well. Blitz, full auto, and if you are still in Dark Dimension 3 looking to who to use for the city lanes, he is an excellent choice. Maybe not one of your top symbiotes to bring into that game mode, because I still think symbiotes Spider-Man, Carnage, and Anti-Venom are the top 3 for that game mode. But if you're looking for a 4th city character, yeah, and you have the alien spores and all that orange gear for bio characters, build up Venom. Let's take a look at my Venom, see why he is so good. Only 2 T4s in him, and both of these are pretty optional. I would say that these are very much luxury picks of him. This one is a good move because it gets extra damage, but it's also applying bleed for 2 turns instead of 1 turn. And this is a lot more bleed damage because of this damage that you're getting from this special as well. And this basic is a good one as well, because this is his assist. Especially if you have that striker Iso-8 on him, you're getting extra damage because this affects his assist and his counter attacks. And if he's getting a lot of assists from that Iso-8, this affects it. So I have those T2-4s in him. And like I said, he is a striker. And like the rest of the symbiotes, like the rest of the Spider-Verse characters, he is an unlock for our gal, a legendary Shuri. And if you want to farm a Venom of your own, he is available on Nexus 6-9.
Number 1.
And I don't know if this guy will ever get dethroned at that number 1 spot, but coming in number 1 again is Carnage, and he's an important part of that symbiote team. Arguably one of the most important pieces of that symbiote team because of his passive and the speed that he gives out. But very, very good character. These characters dominate the raids. The entire symbiote team dominates the raids. They are dominant in Blitz. They are dominant in War. Like I said with Venom, able to take out the Asgardians, able to take out Black Order, able to take out a lot of these teams. The Doc Ock, Sinister 6. I mean, who can't you take out with this symbiote team? But if you have not been through Dark Dimension 3, build them up for those city lanes. I think he's the next best character after Symbiote Spider-Man, especially because of his passive and the symbiotes. Like I said with Venom, they unlock our gal, the legendary Shuri. Let's go take a look at his kit here. And if you want to do one T4 on this symbiote team, this is probably the second most important. The first is the passive, the symbiote Spider-Man. The second is the passive for Carnage because he gives an extra 10% speed anytime an enemy drops below 25%. Before the T4, only 20%. And in a turn-based game, that extra 10% can mean a lot. Now, I did a T4 for his basic. It's not the greatest T4 out there. Only 50% damage to primary and secondary targets, but usage is very important in choosing T4s, and because I'm using this T4 so often, yeah, it was very well worth it to me. And as far as Iso-8, as you can see right here, I have the skirmisher tag on him. And if you want to get Carnage, I think you should get him as soon as possible. He's available in that hard to farm store, that war store. But the good thing about it, he's on a very good team, and he does unlock the legendary Shuri. So as soon as you're able to get Carnage, I think you should start building up Carnage and the rest of your symbiotes if possible. All right, and there it is, guys, the final list of 2020, the top 10 free-to-play characters in all of Marvel Strike Force. Now, this list, like I said, is highly subjective. Your list probably looks very different if you are at a different place in the game or are using different characters for different purposes. But based on my usage, these are my top 10 characters for 2020 December. And if you have a different list, maybe you're in a different place in the game and there's some other characters that are using it a lot more. Maybe these characters, you don't have them built up. You don't have these teams built up. Let me know what your list is. Let me know who you think are the most valuable 10 farmable free-to-play characters in Marvel Strike Force. Yes, because technically you could get all these characters for free if you've been playing long enough. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time. I stream every weekday morning on Twitch, ValleyFlyin76. So hopefully you can come hang out with the Valley Club and take part in a lot of shenanigans that we do on the stream, guys. Check me out on social media. Give me a Hulk fist, but before you go, ValleyFlyin out.